Look closely at the metal fragments resting at the bottom of this oil pan. This isn't the natural wear and tear of an engine that has spent 2 decades working for a living. This is a highly advanced, direct-injected power plant with less than 60,000 miles on the odometer, and it is a total catastrophic structural write-off. The line item estimate to replace it from the dealership is $11,000. To the average consumer, this looks like a random stroke of bad mechanical luck. But when you look through a metallurgical lens, this isn't an accident, it's a premeditated corporate crime. Welcome to Engine Forensic. I'm not here to talk about the premium leather seats, the digital dashboard displays, or the ambient cabin lighting that the sales team used to distract you. We are performing a forensic deep dive into the internal architecture of modern powertrains. Specifically, the exact points where corporate accountants overruled mechanical engineers to save pennies on the production line. Right now, there are thousands of vehicles sitting on showroom floors being marketed as eco-friendly marvels of innovation that are actually financial landmines engineered to detonate the moment your warranty expires. This is the truth behind modern quality rot. 1. The chemical corrosion wet timing belts. Our first case file focuses on a design execution so fundamentally flawed, it makes you question if the engineers were held hostage by the accounting department. We are auditing the wet belt timing systems, most infamously implemented in Ford's 1.0-liter EcoBoost and the PSA Group's 1.2-liter PureTech engines. The corporate sales pitch for this architecture was simple: submerge a rubber composite timing belt directly inside the engine's hot oil supply. The marketing departments claimed this would drastically reduce internal friction, improve fuel economy, and deliver a quieter engine note. However, basic organic chemistry dictates that petroleum-based lubricants and rubber compounds are natural enemies. Over hundreds of thermal cycles, the engine oil, mixed with blow-by fuel vapors, aggressively attacks the structural integrity of the rubber belt. The belt begins to delaminate, swell, and shed microscopic fibers directly into the oil galleries. This debris doesn't just sit there, it travels straight down to the oil pickup strainer, the narrow gateway that feeds the engine's oil pump. As the rubber fibers choke off the oil supply, the pressure drops. By the time the oil warning light flickers on your instrument cluster, the fatal damage has already occurred. The turbocharger bearings seize instantly, the camshaft journals score the cylinder head, and the entire block becomes scrap metal. The factories claim these belts would last 150,000 miles or a decade. In our forensic teardowns, we routinely see them disintegrate before the vehicle hits its 3rd major service. They saved a few dollars per unit by skipping a traditional steel timing chain, and they handed the consumer a ticking chemical time bomb instead. 2. The lightweight scam, micro displacement blocks. Case number 2 brings us to the modern trend of high-compression, micro-displacement turbocharged engines, perfectly exemplified by families like the Hyundai Kia Theta 2, alongside a broad wave of downsized 3- and 4-cylinder blocks across the industry. This is the lightweight scam, where material integrity has been sacrificed on the altar of global emissions regulations. To strip weight from the engine bay, manufacturers have altered the structural makeup of the block itself. They have thinned the aluminum cylinder walls to the absolute minimum and shifted to cheaper, more porous aluminum alloys. These materials are physically incapable of managing the immense heat cycles and extreme cylinder pressures generated by modern high-boost turbocharging. When we split these blocks open on the bench, the forensic patterns are clear and repeating. We find manufacturing debris, specifically metallic grit from the casting process, trapped deep inside the oil passages because the factory wash cycles were accelerated to save time. Furthermore, the piston rings are engineered so thin to reduce friction that they lose their radial tension prematurely. Once the rings lose their seal, oil bypasses the piston, enters the combustion chamber, and burns away quietly. The oil level drops undetected between service intervals until the rod bearings run dry. The resulting engine knock isn't a sign of owner neglect. It is the inevitable physical consequence of using budget metallurgy for high-stress components. When you trade dense forged steel components for cheap, thin-walled aluminum castings, physics wins every single time. 3. The revenue by design. Rear-mounted timing chains. Our third and final case file addresses an architectural choice that can only be described as malicious packaging. This involves luxury diesel and gasoline units, such as the Jaguar Land Rover Ingenium series and specific generations of BMW's N47 and N57 power plants. On a spreadsheet, these engines are masterpieces of power density and torque delivery, but their blueprints hide a dark secret. The engineers moved the primary timing chain assembly from the front of the engine to the rear, sandwiching it directly between the engine block and the transmission bell housing. In the world of forensic manufacturing, this is what we call design for revenue. A timing chain, along with its plastic guide rails, is a mechanical component subject to continuous wear. It requires physical inspection and eventually replacement. By burying this critical wear item in the most inaccessible location possible, a routine maintenance job is transformed into an absolute financial disaster. To fix a stretched chain or a broken plastic guide rail, a technician cannot simply remove a front cover. They must completely drop the subframe, extract the entire engine and transmission assembly from the vehicle, and split them apart. A $200 parts kit suddenly demands $4,000 in specialized labor. Compounding this architectural nightmare, these systems are frequently paired with high-pressure fuel pumps that wear internally, sending microscopic metal shards through the entire common rail fuel system. This creates a systemic contamination that ruins every injector, fuel line, and storage tank in the car. It is an engine built to operate flawlessly for the first leasing cycle, only to act as a financial ruin for the second owner. 4. The myth of the lifetime fluid. The pattern across these three distinct case studies is undeniable. The automotive industry has undergone a systemic shift away from mechanical longevity toward planned obsolescence. They have masked a significant degradation in basic hardware quality by burying the engine under a dense layer of electronic complexity and plastic acoustic covers. The single greatest lie currently being told by modern manufacturers is the lifetime maintenance myth. They tell you that the transmission fluid is sealed for life. They tell you that extended 20,000-mile oil drain intervals are perfectly acceptable for a high-stringency, turbocharged engine. But you must ask yourself, whose life are they actually measuring? They are measuring the life of the factory warranty. The exact moment that odometer clicks past the warranty boundary, you cease to be a customer to the manufacturer. You become an incredibly lucrative source of post-sale parts and service revenue. The lifespan of every internal component, from the hardness of the valve guides to the polymer blend of the cooling lines, has been calculated to ensure survival through the legal warranty window, but not a single mile further. They are no longer selling you a mechanical asset that you own and maintain. They are selling you a high-interest subscription to a repair facility. So how do you protect your savings? How do you conduct your own forensic audit before signing a vehicle purchase contract? First, you must actively reject the marketing narrative that newer is inherently better. A shiny engine cover with a prominent brand logo means absolutely nothing if the metal underneath is porous and fragile. Look for structural simplicity. Look for powertrain configurations that have a multi-year track record of metallurgical stability under real-world conditions. If professional technicians warn you that a specific engine family is a nightmare to service, they aren't complaining about doing the work. They are warning you that the underlying architecture is flawed. Before you hand over your hard-earned money, do your own forensic research. Ignore the promotional brochures written by copywriting agencies, and look at the actual teardown reports from independent machine shops. We live in an era of disposable mechanical engineering, but you do not have to accept being the victim of it. You hold the ultimate power, the power of your wallet. By completely refusing to buy these engineered financial landmines, we can force the automotive industry to return to a philosophy of mechanical durability. If this deep dive into the technical reality of modern quality rot helped protect your bank account, hit the like button. Subscribe to Engine Forensic as we continue to tear down the facades of modern manufacturing to look at the raw metal underneath. Drop a comment below. Have you already fallen victim to one of these three engine designs? Listen to the metal. The blueprints never lie.